Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Adam with AK Lighting, here to help you install and or improve your own landscape lighting. So today's video, I'm going to go over the second part of answering your questions from my YouTube channel. So if you haven't watched the first part, it really doesn't matter what order you watch this in, but I have 4 videos that go over 5 questions each of questions that you have asked on my YouTube channel. If you're looking into landscape lighting, you probably have the same or similar questions that these people have. So with that said, I'm going to jump right into the video. So the first question is, what wattage equivalent are the foundation uplights that you used? Now these foundation uplights that I use are spotlights or uplights, and they use a 7-watt LED. Now that's equivalent to a 50-watt halogen bulb. So everything has shifted over to LED and has dropped the wattage down, but it shows the same brightness as those halogen bulbs. So if you're looking to have a bright LED bulb, a good wattage is 5 and up, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So the second question I'm going to go over is, I know almost nothing about lighting, but would like to. I looked inside a transformer yesterday at a system that was not working, and one of the wire nuts was melted. Thoughts? A lot of times what happens is these transformers have a lot of wattage going through it. So there'll be a 600, 900, 1200 watt transformer because the halogen system needs a lot more electricity. And so these wires at the inside the transformer, what happens is if part of a wire, the copper piece, is exposed and touches another wire, copper, it will start to create a spark and then will melt the wire nuts. Alright, so the third question is, I've got 2 large oak trees in my front yard. Any ideas how to light them up when there aren't flower beds or mulch at the base? So I decided to move because it started to rain and then my allergies started to kick in. So the best way to light up trees is to put it in the flower beds in front of a tree. But for instance, if it's in the grass, you're gonna have to put the light on a mount, on a tree mount specifically, and put it on the tree. So that's the best way to mount it on the tree. Some people like to use in-ground well lights where you dig a hole at the base of the tree and then there's a light that goes in the ground. But I really don't like those, especially if there's grass, because the grass will grow over the light, and then if the tree has been there for a while, there's going to be a lot of roots, and those roots are going to make it really hard to dig a hole for that light to go there. So the best way to light it up is to put it on a tree mount at the base of the tree, and then try to get a floodlight, because if the tree is really tall, not even a 50-watt equivalent bulb will be able to reach the height. You're going to have to get more of a floodlight. There are low voltage floodlights that you can get. So this next question is, I have outdoor uplights that I need to extend the wire due to plant arrangements have changed. Anyways, what type of wire should I use? Can I make the extension between the original main wire and the uplight wire? Thanks. So this question is more of like, how do you connect a wire to the main wire? And if you have a lighting system already set up in your property, it doesn't matter where you add a light. So for instance, I'm at this property and there are lights here. There's a light. There's 3 path lights here in this area. And so let's say I don't think that it's enough because I need a light right here. What you can do is just find out where this wire is. So the wire probably runs right here, if I remember correctly. Oh, yep, there it is. So you can grab this, pull it up to like right here, put your light that you want, let's say it's a path light just like this one, and then dig a trench right here and then connect this wire, the wire from the light, to this wire. Now the only reason why it won't work by adding a wire is only so much electricity can be run on these wires. So if you have a lot of lights and there's only one wire, your lights probably won't turn on, or they'll be super dim and not as bright as they could be because there's not enough electricity going to those lights. And for the wire question, you can just use a 16-2 wire. It doesn't have to be a 12-2. 12-2 is usually for the main wire. And the last question is, your pictures look like they are overexposed on what you called good lighting, in quotes, and underexposed of what you called bad lighting. The color of the sky tells me that the exposure was cranked up. If those photos were taken at the same time of day, this distracts from your message, even if you are correct on the type of lamp to use. So I want to go over this comment. So this is probably a comment or question that a lot of people have. It's actually really hard to take pictures of lighting at night. Go ahead and try that on your own, and it just, for some reason, cameras don't capture the light as well as what you can see with your eyes. And then when you take a picture of bad lighting, because there's light, the camera will capture that light so it almost looks as good or has as much light as the good lighting. So if you take a picture the same way with the good and bad, you probably won't even see much of a difference unless there are more lights added to the good light. But if you're just changing out the bulbs, you might not notice a difference. But if you see it with your own eyes, you'd see how big of a difference there is. To be able to capture that, you do have to work with the setting a little bit so you can show what it actually looks like with what you see. The filters are there to capture what it actually looks like. Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found this helpful, and as always, please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to this channel. If you want me to keep posting videos that go over your questions, giving it a thumbs up really does help out. Well, with that being said, best of luck with your landscape lighting project, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.